How to follow up on a prospect when they stop reacting. It's one of the most asked questions. Thank you for asking the question, Yo. And let's start with the end. The reason why they don't follow up is because the why now is gone. There is no reason to do it now. The budget could be too high, which is very rarely the case, or the person you're talking to is not the right authority. They simply have not the influence to push it through. Typically what you'll see is they suddenly stop all communication. Now the question is, how do you get them to act at a certain stage and how many times can you go there? Now, there's a bit of a cultural difference. If you would look to the US, typically they would advise you to go 6 to 9 times back again. If I look to Europe, I see a bit less, maybe 4 to 5 times would be a really good one, so keep that in mind. 2, the time in between, the interval, should be logical. So a lot of people think, oh, I need to send something and then 3 days later I need to send something again and then 3 days later something again. And that is very weird. People think it's automated and they don't like it. So lesson 1, be asynchronous, meaning you take 3 days, then you take 6 days, and then you take 12 days, or then you take 15 days. You just put time in between. Don't be a freak. Don't be too eager. Being too eager makes you lose. The second thing that you gotta do is, and I call this technique the beguilting technique. I have a list of prospects in my head, let's say the very strategic ones, and I know they need my stuff. So what I'll do is I'll actually try and reach out to them with something of value. What does that mean? It can be many things. For instance, hey, I've seen, here is a screenshot of your competition price list. I've seen this in a webinar, or I've seen this on an event. Here is some information that could be useful. We've just won a case. This is the context, could be relevant for you. So I'll send them a trigger and I'll actually send them stuff that basically says, hey, I have been thinking about you. Actually, my message would be, hey, you were in my mind this morning, or I'm always thinking about you. I make a lot of jokes around it. It's a bit my style, but it makes people read. The third thing that people forget is the medium type. So if I send an email, it's easy to ignore. But if I send a WhatsApp, it's harder to ignore. So I'll use a multitude of channels to reach somebody. And I'll keep trying, and I put lots of time in between. And you know what's funny? Most of these people, they won't buy from me, but they will become my biggest advocates to sell to others. So always keep in mind, it's interval, how much time in between, it's the message, where, which type of media, and 3, try and give something of value. Say, hey, I've been thinking of you.